Sit. Good. If I'm going to put him in his crate, I always have him sit first, because this is a little mini training routine that if you just take the extra 15 seconds to do this every day, it really, no, he wants to go in his crate. If he breaks out of that sit, it all stops. He loves his crate. If he wants to go in there, he's got to play this game by the rules, which means he's got to focus and stay in a sit stay while you open this door. Nope. And this is going to happen to you at your house. So that's why I'm going to keep all these mistakes he's making on the video. So he's got to wait. Nope. See how he went back there? He knows he's just trying to gain self-control. If he wants to go in, he's got to wait until you pat his chest and say, go. Send him in. And then when he goes in there and turns around, he gets a reward. That's one of the reasons why he loves to go in his crate now, because when he goes in there, he plays the game right, and he waits for my permission to go in there, goes in, turns around, he gets a reward. Natural Balance sausage, he loves this stuff. Good boy. And as I'm taking his stuff off, his equipment, he's munching on a piece of Natural Balance. You can take his choke chain and his prong collar off very quickly like that, and then close the door. I always hang the prong collar up on the door like this, and the choke chain and the leash can go anywhere, but the prong collar will get all kind of tangled up on itself unless you hang it up, so you don't want to ball it together because it might get stuck, tangled. So we're just using this really small, it's the smallest size prong collar they make, and as you can see throughout the video, you see how I use it. It's just for signals. It's not, these aren't supposed to be meant to cause pain. It's so that you have ease of handling, and so that when you give him a little prompt with the leash, that he feels it clearly, and it's easier for him because he's not constantly choking and pulling you around on a tight leash, and easier for you because it's just very relaxed little prompts you're going to give him. So that's why we use this small size. They're more effective than the large ones, less hassle for you, so I would recommend using one of these small ones. And once he's in there, like I said, he loves his crate. He's one of those types of dogs that loves to isolate. So why not use the crate as a tool for training? He loves the crate. All good things happen in there. He gets food in there. There's bones, chewies, toys, whatever he loves. That's his den. That's the favorite place to be now. And so you control his boundary there. You control the boundary to his den, because in his mind, this is his den. And dogs are naturally den animals. So this is his den where all good things happen, where it's a private place where he can isolate. That's why we have use the solid plastic crates. You're not going to use wire cages, because that's more like what a zoo animal would have. You wanted him to have solid walls so he can cozy up in there and have a little private space. So if you control the boundary to his favorite place in the world, then that makes you more powerful, and he's more likely to listen to you in other situations as well if you do this crate routine the way we've been doing it with him for the last 10 days. So when you're going to take him out, you can't just come running out of here. He's got to wait until you allow him out, because remember, you control this boundary. You're the boss. So if he waits like this, good, I'm ready with another treat to reward him. If he tried to come out, I'd say no. Give it a little token slam, just like that. If he waits, and this is an exercise I've been doing every day, he waits, he gets a reward. He knows that. This is a large size crate. He would be better to be, I just grabbed this crate. This isn't the one that he's in my house, but this is just one we're practicing in for the video. But an extra large is probably be a little better size for him. That's the next size up, and it's like the German Shepherd size crate. So he's waiting. If I'm going to put his equipment on in the crate, first I'm going to put on the choke chain. And the choke chain, we always use that because we double up the prong collar with the choke chain. So the choke chain's attached to this, to the leash, as well as the prong collar, because sometimes this prong collar could come off, and maybe you put it on and you don't see that you've only put it in one hole instead of both holes, for example, and it can slip off. Or sometimes these links lose their integrity and eventually wear out and they just come off for some reason. So in any case, you want to make sure that the leash is attached to both the choke chain and the prong collar, so if the prong collar ever comes off, the choke chain comes into play then. But other than that, the choke chain is always loose. We never use the choke chain for training, ever. It would be very damaging to their throat, even though he's got a lot of muscle around his neck eventually, probably mess him up too. So we don't use choke chains for training. It's very old-fashioned. It's only for safety. Once it's on there, you have a leash on him, you should have him wait until you stand up like that. And if he's like this, really good, he gets another reward. Later on, in a few more weeks, you won't have to do that because this will be like second nature for him. But for a while, you should do this at your house exactly as you see me doing it. See how he's waiting? And then kind of stand as much with him on your left as you can and pat your leg and say, okay. He'll come out. And if you're going to take him outside, I always do a little left circle to come back to close this door, because remember, you control the boundaries. So if you leave that door open, he can come and go as he pleases, and that's going to just get rid of the whole benefit of using the crate this way. So come back, close the door, and then you could walk him straight outside, or you could have him sit right here. Sit and release him here. Go. But don't let him rush out of the crate and take off. He's still on the clock until you have him sit and you release him from a calm sit stay. Everything starts with a calm sit stay and ends with a calm sit stay, all the training. So just remember that. That's really important, because if he's all anticipatory in the crate and wanting to get out, and if you've been letting him just like rush out, you're negating the benefits of this whole exercise. He needs to be calm when he goes in, calm when he comes out, sit, release from a calm sit stay. Really important. Okay, bud, let's go.